Allow your mind its freedom. Posted on January 2nd, 2012. The being that we are is inherently a free spirit. That's one reason why we find that it can be quite challenging to live in a realm of limitations. However, the reality is that the physical realm is fraught with limitations and boundaries. A few limitations of the physical realm are as below. It takes time for a thought to condense into physical reality. It's not like a dream world where you can shift realities as you shift your thoughts. We have a limited amount of energy to function in a day. It's not possible for the mind to be at 100% activeness throughout the waking hours. Moreover, each human mind has its own limitations depending on its natural makeup, like its mechanical or quantitative, analytical intelligence, its memory, its focusing ability, its personality. We have limitation with respect to our physical body based on its natural conditioning, genetics. Our body also goes through the cycle of highs and lows with respect to its energy levels. It's not possible for the body to be in a high state all the time. You live for a limited time, and your physical apparatus, the body, is designed for degeneration with time. These are just some basic examples of the limitation that we, as the being, are faced with in this physical realm of existence. Since our being, by its very nature, is limitless, one can feel cramped and suffocated by the limitations of the body, especially in an unconscious state when we're not aligned with physical reality. It's very possible to be free within these limitations, to be whole in the midst of boundaries. That's what awakening leads you to. Awakening to the truth of your true nature and understanding the reality of the physical domain allows you to adapt, accept, and align with your physical body and mind, and thus allows for a smoother and harmonious physical life. Letting go of the leash on the mind. The mind is made of life energy, and hence it imbibes the nature of this energy, which is to be a free spirit. All minds want to be free, and there is an inherent hatred towards any form of bondage, imprisonment, or control. Once you, as the being, understand this aspect about your mind, you stop trying to put a leash on it. You understand your free nature, and you allow your mind to have its free nature. When you allow your mind to be free, you sense your own freedom. As long as you're trying to control the mind, you feel like a prisoner yourself. It's not the mind that's suffocating you. You are suffocating the mind and indirectly are suffocating yourself, all in a bid to control out of fear. The mind will always have its dimensions. You can read the post on the 6 dimensions of the mind. Its light and dark natures, and none of these dimensions are a problem unless one is unconsciously lost in them, which leads to imbalance, or when one is trying to control these mind dimensions out of fear. In fact, both these behaviors are indicative of a lack of understanding of the physical realm of the mind. Freedom arises when one is conscious and allows the mind full freedom of movement in this state of awareness. This awareness ensures the presence of wisdom, and the freedom of the mind ensures that it's able to harmonize with its natural expression. Moreover, when you allow your mind its freedom, it automatically becomes connected to the intelligence of your life stream, and hence becomes receptive to the solutions, ideas, inspirations, and insights coming from this connection. Why are you afraid of allowing your mind to be free? In this physical realm, your mind defines your uniqueness along with your physical body. As long as you put a leash on your mind and try to force it to be something it's not, or try to force it into doing something it's not aligned to do, you will constantly be suppressing its uniqueness, and in the process, you will feel suffocated yourself. The mind left on its own always comes to a harmony, and its movement comes in sync with the wisdom inherent in your life stream. It just finds its own balance, its own stability, its own place, its creativity and personality. It also comes to accept itself. It understands its limitations, physical and mental, and stays in harmony with it. All that's required is that you let go of the mind for a while so that it can find this harmony. It's just a temporary phase that you need to go through, what I call phase 3 in this post: awakening, transcendence, and return of focus. It's common to feel some uneasiness, fear, and disorientation when you start letting go of your control over the mind. But things start falling into place, and a stability comes in soon enough. Unless you allow the mind its freedom to be what it is, you will keep shouting out its anger at your suppression of it. The reason your mind is so noisy is because you're constantly trying to suppress its natural movement. As I mentioned before, your mind is made from life energy, and hence has the nature of being a free spirit. The reason we try to control and suppress others is out of the same fear that causes us to control and suppress our mind. Why are we afraid of allowing the mind to be free? It's simply because we have a sense that if we let the mind be free, it'll end up becoming bad. It's true that people who are lost in their minds unconsciously can become prone to some unwise actions. That's why the first step is to be aware, and the next step is to allow the mind its freedom. Awareness allows the required field of wisdom, which ensures that your consciousness is not pulled into taking any unwise actions. It's one thing to allow a mind its free movement, its positive and negative thoughts in your awareness, and a totally different thing to be unconsciously lost in the mind's pull and taking actions based on its narrow perceptions. Most adults have enough awareness in them and can start allowing their mind its free movement. This is what allows you to move out of any stagnation you might be in. When you allow your mind its free movement, you start understanding your mind's makeup, and the mind also comes into sync with its desired reality by attaining the maturity required for it. Moreover, since you're not making an effort trying to control the mind, you feel free, and there's a lot more energy in the body and mind to enjoy the waking hours. Just because you're allowing the mind its free movement doesn't mean that you will be taking actions on all its thoughts. Your awareness will ensure the required wisdom to follow up on actions that are aligned with your well-being.